Hello and welcome to Hawaiian Shirt Projects. This is going to be the first video on my channel. So what I'm going to be working on is some do-it-yourself projects. Things that I myself am not a professional at, so I'm going to be learning as well. Hopefully you guys find some entertainment in it, as well as some little tricks and ideas as to projects you can do yourself at home. I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio on the video because it's very windy out, extremely loud. I can only imagine how that is on your guys' ears, especially if you're wearing headphones right now. So this is actually the shed that I'm building onto the side of my garage. All I'm using for this project at the moment is pallets and 2x4s. At the moment I've got the pallets down on the ground. If you notice the weeds are coming up through. I'm going to lift them up, I'm going to dig the weeds out, spray a little bit of weed and grass killer. That should solve it, as well as level everything back out. The pallets being down on the ground right now is mainly being used so I can get my spacing and dimensions in order to put the walls. That way I can keep everything somewhat tight and snug. I don't have a great big 100-foot tape measure at the moment, so this is the process I'm doing. Just going to use the pallets, set how many I wanted, got the rough area, and then I'm going to build my walls around that before I pull back out, level it, and plant them solid into the ground. But it's real simple as to what I'm actually doing on this project. I'm just going through with a post hole digger, tamping bar, and a pickaxe. I'm just going to go ahead and dig a hole at the edge of my line here of the floor and dig it about 1 foot down minimum, I'd say. That's to add some little stability, prevent the wind from ripping everything up off the ground. I'm going to put my 2x4 into that ground 1 foot, bury it up, throw my pallets on top of it, right through the slat holes there, and that'll start the actual wall framing itself. As you can see here, I'm taking the tamping bar, I'm using the flat end of it to try and dig down into the ground. I do live in Wyoming where the ground is just awful with rocks, so I'm trying to break those rocks, maybe dig them out a little bit, trying to loosen everything up before I take my post hole digger. And I jab that sucker down into the ground, spread them two arms apart, pick it up, out comes the dirt. Really simple, easy tools to use, very affordable. You can pick them up at your local hardware store. I'm pretty sure Amazon even sells them. If they do, I'll try and find it. I'll throw a link down in the description, and that way you guys find those. Aside from the wind, it's actually a beautiful day out, and I'm really enjoying it. It's like 70 degrees, even with the wind. I mean, sun's out, dogs are running around, going nuts. It's just an absolutely beautiful day. What I'm doing here is I'm just getting a measurement on my pallet height. And say I'm going to take that measurement, I'm going to times it by 2 because I'm going to stack 2 of them on top of each other. Then I'm going to leave about an extra 2 inches roughly on top. That way I can have room for my bracketing and everything to set up. My 2x4s are going to go across the top for my roof. And what I'm using to mark it is just a little piece of orange crayon here. I think I picked this up at the hardware store also. Got my small measuring tape to measure out everything. Once the walls are all up, I'll actually end up cutting them all to the same exact height and making sure that they're level before putting on my sheet metal and my roof. Now that I've got my hole dug and my lines marked out for how high it needs to be, I'm just going to take the 2x4, set it down in there, get it kind of lined up with the ground flat with that red mark down at the bottom. That gives me a close enough measurement to be able to actually bury it, get my height set to where it needs to be. Now I'm just going to take my tamping bar, flip it over to where I got the rounded side, kind of at the bottom, looks like a coin almost. I'm going to tamp that down, get everything to get nice and tight and packed around that 2x4 so it doesn't move around on me. Quick little note here, just wanted to say thank you for making this far in the video first off, and what I'm going to be working on this channel, if you guys are interested in continuing to follow me, feel free to like and subscribe. But I want to do some blacksmithing work, a little bit of gunsmithing. I'll even do some breakdown and gun cleaning videos, different type of construction jobs like this, just things around the ranch, do-it-yourself projects that I could do, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. If you have any ideas for different things that I could do, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. Little budget do-it-yourself projects that you want to see me work on in the future. Maybe I'll get around to them. If you didn't like the video, feel free to dislike and let me know in the comments why it is you didn't like the video. Was the audio crap, camera crap, just don't like what I'm covering in the video. But we're going to end today's video with that. And so I'd like to say here at the end, stay classy and party on.